Nigerians, when I'm not here, waiting out here. Wake up. They want to share Nigeria. Nigerians, they want to divide Nigeria. If you are watching this video now, share this video. You get why? Yes. So many people they tell say, why they go divide them? They shouldn't divide Nigeria. Bra bra bra, bro. Not be smart, you know. You got video when I want to play for now. When I want to watch. Make when I hear what this guy talk for this video from A to Z. Guys, as you watch this video, make when I try share. More than listen to our word. Then drop your comment on the comment section. Do you want this country to be divided, or you want it to remain as one Nigeria? Though according to some people, they say this country has already been divided 10 years ago. But me, I don't constantly understand what they happen. Guys, I would love you to watch this video. Please share this video.
Here, latest updates.
Watch the video.
The pressure is getting worse about Trump and Nigeria. Let me show you guys something. This is Dr. Walid Fares. He's a Lebanese American, a political advisor. Okay. Now, this is what he's advising. If the federal government of Nigeria is unable to fight and defeat armed and genocidal jihadism to protect the Christian people of Nigeria, as it fails to protect Muslim communities in the north, the only remaining option to save lives and stop genocide is to grant Nigerians' Christian South its right to self-determination and assist the Muslim North in defeating Boko Haram and the other jihadists. One or the other, but leaving millions of people without protection is not an option. This is his advice. So basically, this guy they talk say, made him divide the country. Yeah, he doubled down. One possible solution to stop the mass unaliving of Christians in Nigeria is for the Nigerian government to task local units in the south, representing these communities to ensure security locally with a strong strategic presence of U.S. military. They are still proposing that U.S. military has to be on ground, boots have to be on ground, and then they will tax local communities. Let's keep watching. If you're looking for who is seriously
yes.
Tracking you on TikTok or Instagram, click this plus sign. You can see it. If you can't see it, just click the heart icon. Then hold this arrow. Click the second one. If you're on Instagram, when you hold the arrow, you drag it to the second person there. Then just keep watching. Meanwhile, Nigerian army is very active. Nigerian army neutralizes terrorist groups, rescues 17 victims, arrests 20. So Nigerian army have been updating their activities recently. This is United States Representative Riley Moore. Read what he wrote to. Said to the government of Nigeria, he tagged Tinubu direct. He tagged and make it see Said President Trump has provided forewarning. If you do not correct the current state of inaction to stop the dying of our brothers and sisters in Christ in your country, the days of US looking the other way are over. It will never happen on Putin's watch. That is on Trump's watch. That Trump is not going to look away while they are dying Christian. I urge you to cooperate with us in preventing this atrocity that worsens every day. We want your people to live in peace. All of them, especially Christians. The president has been clear. I will not test his resolve. Many have tried and all have failed. We will not allow the gates of hell to prevail against the faithful. No more. This is not the enter devil's fault. If you don't understand, it's not your concern. If you understand, type the meaning in the comments. Meanwhile, I tell you guys I'm giving you updates, okay? Make sure you click the arrow button and share, okay? Cut diplomatic ties with US. Sharia Supreme Court Council urged President Bola Tinubu. So, this is on the enter NATO. Watch out. This guy, Gunther Fellinger, Jean. He is chairman of Austria's NATO committee. See, it starts a debate after making controversial remarks about President Bola Tinubu. He said, seems Nigeria president is fighting for his Nigeria, but it was never a working state for all Nigerians. He now says, so ex-Nigeria, it will be. Ex-Nigeria, it will be. So he's saying that they have to break up the country. They're now again ex-Nigeria. It's no longer Nigeria is over. Oh, more. Voila. Let me show you what he now did. Voila. You know, how many states should emerge from ex-Nigeria? He tagged Trump and tagged a Nigerian newspaper, Pulse Nigeria. He now posted this old map or map of languages or tribes. Okay, this is Yoruba. This is Nupe. This is Hausa Fulani. This is Kanuri. This is Igbo. So these are more like tribes. He's now asking if they divide the country, how many countries will come out of it? Yeah? This is serious. So Meanwhile, Asari Dokubo has made a video, a very vicious video, saying that if US enter, then go fight. Then go fight. If US enter, then go fight. And I went to the comments. In the comments, people were tagging Trump to come and see, and the US government to come and see what Asari is saying, for Nigeria. Nigeria La Cruz. People were tagging Trump to come and see what Asari is saying, Say, Justin, Trump is let him come with his soldiers. I am ready to fight America. They will never leave Nigeria alive. America is not all this pipeline vandalism. You understand? Now, America, they deal with, if you don't even see what they do, you go just, bomb go just come from sky. You don't go see anything. You don't even, these people don't fight with AK-47. You don't even stand a chance. By the time B-2 bomber pass, voila, they have planes that can fly so high, you can't see it. The thing will just pick you off one by one. We're not going to see what they do now. If America really mean, so my brother Sari, I beg, no increased tension. You understand? When I take them easy, this should be a diplomatic solution. Just be watching. Binance CEO, use the opportunity to put more pressure. I told you guys that pressure they increase. People they ask me for comments, where is the pressure? You know they see I'm now. Binance CEO said Nigeria kidnapped my former employee. Binance founder Zhao reacts to claims that the US is ready to invade over attacks on Christians, as his ex-employee alleges that the Biden administration paid Nigeria $50 million for his release. Now the guy they're talking about, so the guy replied. He said, thanks, that's the guy that was arrested. Then they bragged about extorting the Biden administration out of $50 million to release me. This is US Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. Remember when I said Deus Vault? If you don't know the meaning, shift one side, you know get updates. Now where this thing does, they go now. Say, yes, sir. The killing of innocent Christians in Nigeria and anywhere must end immediately. The Department of War is preparing for action. Either the Nigerian government protects Christians, or we will fight the Islamic who are committing the horrible atrocities. Now, just the watch your Blackwater. Have you shared this video? People need to see what is happening. Not be by social media activism. You understand? Something is about to happen. You understand? Just the watch your. Yesterday, Eric Prince, founder of the private military company Blackwater, publicly responded to Donald Trump's post addressing the mass killing of Christians in Nigeria. In Trump's statement, he condemned the ongoing persecution by radical Islamists, declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern and calling for immediate US action. Prince replied directly under Trump's post, "Sir, you have my number, standing by to assist." Like Wagner in Russia, like sometimes a country will have its main army, you understand? But when they want to go to certain countries to perform certain operations, they will not use the army because of constitution. If you want to use the army, you have to declare war, you understand? So they will usually have like a private military outfit. So that private outfit is what will go. So if anything goes wrong there, it will be that the country is absolved of consequences. So this guy runs such a private military outfit. He says he's standing by. All he needs is order. So I want you guys to understand what is happening on the surface. I don't want to go too deep into what is happening, right? But just on the surface, you see that there's a condition to what they're saying. He said, if the federal government of Nigeria is unable to fight and defeat armed jihadism to protect the Christian people of Nigeria, so they're saying that if this cannot be accomplished, then this is what will happen. So if government of Nigeria cannot prove this, you understand? If government of Nigeria cannot accomplish this, that is wipe out the terrorism that is going on, that this one will happen. They will come in with their force and do either of dividing the country or protecting the south or whatever their own idea is. But if this happens, then there's no need for this. So they are basically saying, Nigerian government, you have to do something about what is happening. But if you don't do something, we will come ourselves and do something. I don't know if you're getting the idea now. So meanwhile, Nigerian government has replied officially saying that you guys are mischaracterizing what is happening. It's not a balanced approach. But in the last paragraph of Tinubu's response, he said, we are ready to work with you people. In fact, Kwankwaso has already made a statement saying that Nigeria should send an envoy to US for a diplomatic discourse. You understand? So Nigeria should send an envoy, and then US can support Nigeria with technology to be able to combat this banditry and terrorism. The only people that don't want any change. See, so Nigerian government wants a change, and I showed you the military is already posting a lot of their activities. Nigerian government wants a change. US government wants a change. The only people that don't want a change are those celebrity activists. All of them are against any form of change. One of them was even tweeting that nothing should be done, that Nigeria is not even any terrorism, any issue, that is the poor people hating on the rich. I'm not, see, after reading some posts from so-called activist celebrities, I just realized that I don't rate them again. Because every small thing they protest. Every small thing they don't they protest. When solution is now coming, all of them are now against any form of solution. How come? I don't understand. Something is wrong. Now they first go protest. Any small thing, I'm not going to allow somebody to understand what is going on. You people already on the streets protesting. Now that the solution is coming, Nigerian government say, okay, we're willing to work with these people for any viable solution. US government say, yes, something must be done. But all these celebrities that have been protesting, there is kidnapping, there is this, there is that, all of them now are against any form of protest. So some of them are even saying that they have foreign passport, they can fly out. Bro, I know rate most of these people, 99% of these activists, I know rate them again. I've seen that some of them are chameleon. They are more interested in complaining about the problem and doing protests than actual solutions. I know rate them again. I suspect some of them are benefiting from all this kind of chaos. You go shock you. Many of them are benefiting from all these things that is happening. That's why they don't want it to end.
Agenda harbored by some American officials who have taken an interest in Nigeria's security issues. So we're looking at the Chief of Defense Staff comparing repentant terrorists, or, the so-called repentant terrorists, to the prodigal son. And then we're looking at these conversations that continue to happen in the United States. And now American officials are becoming bold enough to imply that Nigeria may split. I mean, these are dangerous statements to make about a country that's not yours.
These are dangerous statements. It's not today the Americans make statements like that. We don't support it. I don't support the splitting of this country. I'm a big believer in one Nigeria. Yeah. But the question is, with one Nigeria, what's the proposition? Let's have the conversation. A proposition where people are being killed based on their tribe. A proposition where there's genocide happening. A lot of Christians are being killed. I know people like to frame the argument and say, oh, they are bandit activities, they are this and all of that. But in areas of Benue, it's actually genocide because they are killed specifically because they're Christians. So there's an intent issue. Although the other part will also say, oh, they were reprisals, they also killed us in return and all of that. But there's a genocide going on, which we cannot deny. So the question is, the proposition for one Nigeria has to be built on justice, a clear sense of equity, and a clear sense of fairness. But when you don't have that, people will feel disgruntled. And that's why people will say all sorts of things and talk about splitting and everything. Because heck yeah, it is a miracle that the country is still surviving. Because of the level of unfairness. So, for instance, look at the argument being made by a general. I think the general should have played down this argument of rehabilitation. Because it doesn't work. Despite how many peace deals we've had with the bandits, have they not gone back to hurt those people in the society? If you're making the argument and you're calling the Bible, what would you tell the father of those boys in Borno that died, 4 of them in that bomb attack, when they were just going to break their fast? What would you tell them? So you have to be able to also balance this argument out by saying, what about the plight of the people? If somebody kills, the law has a procedure for what should be done to that person. You do not have a right to tell us, oh, they are repentant, they killed. So what about the people they killed? They don't deserve justice? With rehabilitation programs, we have to be careful because it has not collectively worked in the end. They should bring out this 20,000 people that they said they have rehabilitated and see how many of the percentage have gone back to the crimes. Is it all of them that are doing the vocational jobs they fought for them for? We cannot do this to ourselves.
Where are the jobs?
So that's why we call on the state to be able to ensure that he has the right and the monopoly of violence against these people in the first place, beats them to a certain extent, and those that have found what justice must be done. You can't say people that kill people, criminals that kill people, that slaughter people, and then the next thing you say, oh, the Bible says.
Well, these are the issues.
Okay, first, let's start with the Chief of Defense Staff, General Oluyede. I think he may need to get a Bible teacher. He doesn't seem to understand his Bible. He's quoting the prodigal son, Luke chapter 15, verses 11 to 32. Now, the prodigal son collected his inheritance. He squandered it. And he came back to his father to ask for forgiveness. And then the evening ended with celebration. The prodigal son being referred to is not a criminal. He's just a child who wasted his own inheritance. In this instance, we're talking about criminals. And General Oluyede, who has spent his entire life as a soldier, fighting criminals, trying to subvert the sovereignty of Nigeria, ought to know that. If he doesn't know his Bible, he should go and take it and read it again. Sections that he doesn't understand, if he's a Christian and he has a pastor, let him seek further education. The second part of it, however, is that yesterday we discussed this same subject. We say that Nigeria does not even have the capacity to rehabilitate anybody. I think someone has also famously said in this country that there's no such thing as a repentant terrorist or bandit. These are people who kill. These are people who rob people of their future. These are people who cause, sorrow for families. These are people who subvert the entire country. And then you say, if they say they are repentant, they should be taken back. I think the general was perhaps more interested in the budget, because he said, if you are asking us to do Operation Safe Corridor, we are ready, but the money is not there in the budget for 2026. And the one lawmaker who was there, he said, we will come back to you with proposal. No, this should not be about money. This should be about the security agencies discharging their responsibilities under the Constitution. The last time they tried Operation Safe Corridor, they even arranged wives for terrorists in one state, thinking that if they are domesticated, but they went back. Some of them were even absorbed into the military. We were told. What did Nigeria achieve as a result of that? Second, as for Ambassador Brownback, who is a former ambassador for the U.S. on international religious freedom. He too should be enlightened enough to know that as an ambassador, you don't interfere in the sovereign domestic internal affairs of another country. So he crossed the line there. And then again, he also demonstrated this typical American Western ignorance of thinking that Nigeria is divided neatly into North and South. And that this religious freedom issue is between North and South. Yeah. Whereas those of us who live here in Nigeria are aware, understand that there's no such binary within this environment. Yes. There are security challenges. Yes. Okay, maybe it's a suggestion that he's making, that if government does not do what it needs to do, then maybe it will lead to a situation whereby the violence will spread for that and can lead to the conflict can lead to the dissolution of Nigeria. Well, that advice, all of us will say so, that government needs to do more. But dissolution of Nigeria is not on the table. Nope. There is nobody who will be president of this country who will agree that Nigeria should split under his watch. Absolutely. That is why Section 2, Sub 1 of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria says Nigeria is one indissoluble, indivisible sovereign entity. Correct. So dissolving Nigeria is not on the table. It's not part of the discussion.
On the table. Senator Brownback needs to perish that thought. It is no deal in that aspect. Well, we're staying in Capitol Hill, Ayo, because it was a very busy week.
Concerns that what you're doing is fueling a narrative which is not supposed to be. A narrative of religious genocide. Yeah. I guess the question I would ask is, if there's no genocide, if there's no religion involved, what is the reasoning? You know, I've been told it's grazing. They're just looking for grass for their cows. And I would ask the question, if it's only for grass, then this means that their own Fulani brothers who are also herding cattle and looking for grass, they're also their competitors. And so why are they only killing Christians? Why are they only targeting Christian villages? They're not killing their own people. They're not burning their own Fulani settlements, but they're competitors. The same grass they're fighting for. And so what's the answer to this? Why are they only killing the Christians in the Christian villages? Have you been to the camp of the dispersed people?
Yes, I have.
And what did you see?
Yeah, I was in international market where a lot of the Yowata people have been displaced to. And from the testimonies from the people, they have little food, little water. I saw them publicly defecating, pooping, and peeing there in the street among the little shops and the little stores. I was in Guer West, the heart of displacement. 90% of people in Guer West have been abandoning their homes, displaced. And many of them are living in Agagbe, in little grass huts. They said that they receive food maybe every 3 or 4 months from the government. They have nothing. They've been forced off of their lands and nobody's fighting back. They've accepted this to be displaced.
Is your humanitarian service targeted at only Christians? Because
No.
that's what a lot of people.
Yeah. You know, the heart of why I'm here is Christ. It is because I am a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ. I've been called to make disciples of all nations, to share the gospel to every tribe, every tongue, every nation. But where we build, the people we help many Muslims. In fact, we built a school in Kanu. We built churches. We're building schools in Bauchi. We're building ongoing in Kebi. We have plans in Taraba, Adamawa. We have plans everywhere. And so we literally built a school for primarily Muslim people in Kanu, in the rural area. And these Muslims are benefiting because there was no education. There was an Islamic school to teach Islam, but no school to teach people how to read, how to write, how to do math. They weren't caring for them. And so we went in to be able to care for those people, Muslims, Fulani.
In an Islamic school to teach them, because you felt that they were not learning how to read and write?
No, there was no active school in that area.
Okay.
No school at all. We built the first school.
You were part of, or you attended the funeral ceremonies of the Sling community. So
Yes.
tell us what you saw.
Yeah, you know, I was actually on my way traveling to Benue to be able to continue the rebuilding of Yowara village. And I received a notice that there was a killing. The 7 Christians were killed in Kuru on the way that we were leaving. And I said, I have to go. We have to be alongside the people who are suffering and are afflicted. And when I pulled into Kuru, we went to the mortuary. They hadn't begun the funeral, nothing yet. And the DPO refused me to access the mortuary. He said there is nothing to report, that there was not an attack.
Who refused you to access?
The DPO, the local DPO of Kuru, he refused our entry. He said there wasn't an attack, that there was a mining accident. And he said there's nothing to report here, so we were held up. And so we talked to Ezekiel Dacomo. He was already on his way. We already were talking with him. And we talked to the local leaders, the youth leader, everybody. They came to my rescue. They said, no, he's entering. And so I went in. And what did I see? Bullet wounds. Blood was still literally being pulled out. It was splattering. The bullet holes in his head, in his stomach, blood was coming out. I have videos of this. If you want videos, I have videos. I have pictures. The proof that there was an attack. They were not just an accident. It didn't collapse. They were murdered in cold blood by Fulani.
You're very definite when you use the word that they were murdered.
Yes.
Is it because of the bullets you saw, the type of injuries you saw on the bodies? That's what's giving you this evidence that they are murdered? Or you have eyewitness reports?
This is what they reported. There was no accident. What do bullet holes generally tell? Who killed them? Because they don't have the AK-47s. They didn't shoot themselves. 7 of them.
Tell us about Reverend Ezekiel Dacomo.
Yeah, I think he's an incredible man. You know, he's been the most prominent voice for the afflicted, for the persecuted, the Christians who are being killed. And he's even been speaking about the Muslims who also have been killed in Zamfara, Katsina, in Borno, and Yobe. You know, there was a mosque that was blown up by ISWAP. And so both of us together, we don't deny that Muslims are being killed. They are being killed. But the point that we want to make is that disproportionately Christians are being targeted and murdered specifically across the Middle Belt. In Kaduna, in Plateau, in Bauchi, in Niger, Adamawa, Taraba. And so we both are bringing light to this issue, and that's what we need to tend to.
Alex, before we let you go, one word you would have for the government and for the people, what would that be?
It's a tough question. You know, the government is responsible for its people. And for 2 decades, they've allowed their own to be slaughtered, including Muslims. Killed, burned, slaughtered like sheep, burned like charcoal. I've seen the bodies, even little babies that are just lumps of charcoal sitting on the floor. I've seen bones in the rubble. I've held the bones. They are allowing this for 2 decades. And so the Nigerian government needs to be accountable. They need to tell the truth. And they need to protect their own people. That's what we're calling for. I can't control the government. I'm not a politician. I don't deal with politics. I'm a missionary. I tell of Christ. I speak of Christ. I share the gospel. I teach that it is Christ who saves, that he is the way, the truth, and the life. And if I'm to be a Christian, that means I'm to tell the truth. If I'm to be a Christian, I am to hold people accountable. If I'm to be a Christian, I am to speak for justice, to speak for the ones who don't have a voice. And so the Nigerian government needs to be accountable. They need to protect their people.
Thank you so much. We've been speaking with Alexander Barbier, who's a missionary who's been in Benue State and building, or rather rebuilding and helping to the people of Yelwata to return to their homes after they.
Why be saying Nigeria they shy away from the truth, see nothing like genocide, nothing like marginalization? Why? Because of the fear of Trump, or because of the fear say me they no divide the country. Since we not say we know day one, we know go fit be, we know go fit rule, we know go fit get some kind goodies where we say where Nigeria they benefit, Igbos no go get them. Why you no one just allow them make they go? It's a shameful thing. Sometimes if I look at the way things they go, I go just be like, where these people originated from? These people they rule us, where they originated from? Now one of the things where Masana they call the talk, where we say they just carry and put for prison. These are one of the things where we say we get all the home mineral resources for us to live in this country, be happy as people will be say we are people that is being blessed by God. They just they use people, citizens, as if say they be slaves. What's the difference between now and the time we say they colonize us? What's the difference? What's the difference? How do we say we go back to the military era? We go even just not say yes. Citizens will be say they call themselves ruler. Now them be the military will be say they rule us. What's the benefit of the democracy will be say we get? It's a shameful thing. Now why everybody they claim us okay, since una no know waiting to do, una don't tire. Instead of una to decide for money, divide this country and make everybody just deal on their own. Anybody will want by each other, maybe they by each other. When we divide this country now you go see say nobody go just feel like to kill each other. Nobody go just feel like to threaten each other. You go threaten your brother. Okay, if you just by all your brothers, who go live with you for that place? Now the question where they go they ask themselves. So it's a self thing. Now why would they pray? Make God just touch one of them. Make they just fast. Well, I believe myself and believe say Biafra go come. Now only my own problem, now only promised land will be say I get. Now Biafra. So I don't go just talk much. I go allow una make una just share una own thoughts at the comment section. Don't forget to click the subscribe button for more updates. Share this video to everyone on every social media platform. Now the only way una fit take encourage support or share this video so that everybody go see what they go on for our country Nigeria.